mo mi Haws?
Mama, tumayo may
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Pepes, I love you. Happy birthday.
gymnastics coaching her class. Me and my cousin were at the pit polo, and it was her turn to do the trick. After, she told me and my cousin that we smelled really nice.
My favorite memory that I had with Zen was this day at Oaks when me and Zen were partnered up. Build this bird nest. It was a bird nest competition, and me and Zen won. At the end of the day, she made me this bracelet, and Zen was the sweetest girl that I ever met. She made me this bracelet, and Zen was the sweetest girl that I ever met.
My favorite memory was Zen making up games and making us laugh. My favorite memory about Zen was when we went up to Eager and went to and played.
My favorite memory of Zen is when we went to church. Every time that primary gets done, we always go to the bishop's office and we get candy. And then when I was going back to meet up with my mom and little sister, I saw Zen and I realized she didn't have any candy, so I decided to give her my Smarties. Her cousin Walker was right next to her, and he said, "Hey Zen, you know my friend?" And she's like, "Yeah, I've met him, the big red-headed boy." And then I started laughing, and she gave me the cheekiest smile that she could, and yeah.
My favorite memory of Zen was when I was at gymnastics coaching her. She said I was her favorite teacher, and she said thank you and gave me so many hugs. And after she passed away, during my class, we said a prayer for her and her family to get stronger. My favorite memory of Zen was the band rides together. She had a cat named Ruru, and she was so funny with it. She even made it fart. My favorite memory of Zen was that every time she was done with gymnastics, she would give Maverick a hug. And she was also kind and sweet. Hi, Bessie. You are my favorite in the whole world, and I love you a lot. And I love that time you were in the ball pit with me on the kitty cat bike, and I really loved it a lot. Love you, Bessie. And it's my best friend, and tasting ducks, and going away to doodle in the last time in the park, and see some turtles and try past them, and tasting the ducks again.
What was your favorite song?
Chicken banana. Da-da-da! I posed a supper her and make us and chicken cheese her. So I was really too much and I was too much. So pie. These are my favorite memories of Zen. She supports me and loves me, and she always would also run over to me and say, "Cousins," and then she'd always give me a hug. And my name is Roman, and my favorite thing
can't remember it. But I learned it, yay! And I can do it without looking at the strings. Hooray! That's when I know I actually know a song. I can't do that with any other song.
I wasn't lying. Zen gave lots of hugs, as you can tell from all her friends. That was a lot of their favorite memories. One of my favorite memories was actually, as I was looking back, it was just the way that she could always find beauty everywhere. Even the day of the accident, we were up at the lake and everything just was so beautiful and perfect. And I was getting frustrated because Walker's fishing line just seemed to get tangled and hooked. And I could hear Zen going around to every single person that was there. She found a piece of moss, and she's coming around. I knew she's going to come to me, and I'm sitting there trying to get the fishing line done, and she comes and she sticks it right in my face, and she's like, "Look, Uncle Dallin, this moss looks like some coral." And I looked at it, and it looked like moss. But to her, it was the most beautiful piece of coral that she'd ever seen, and she could do that everywhere. She'd find the heart-shaped rocks, and she'd find beauty everywhere, just like where we are right now. Beautiful job, Ariel, putting that together. We're now going to have a couple speakers. The first one is going to be Anela's brother-in-law, Sam Kingston, after which her father, Ken Dykes, will address us. And then we will have her sister, Ariel Kingston, and we'll go to that point.
Alrighty, he'd be down there crying the entire time if I didn't let him come up. So, this being a celebration of life. So yes, my name's Sam Kingston. My wife is Ariel, Anela's oldest sister. When I got married to Ariel back in 2012, I gained 2 younger sisters. I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and I was so happy because I'd always wanted a little brother or sister, and I got 2 of them right off the bat. And Anela, there's too many A's in that family. Anela said that she'd always wanted an older brother, so I was happy to fill that role during that time. She took the opportunity, and I took the opportunity to tease my little sister relentlessly. I took the opportunity to convince her of things and try to tell her lies that she would believe. One thing that... Here, you want to go down there? One of the things I teased her about was in 2024, I told her that the world was only 2024 years old, and she actually believed it for about a half a minute. One thing that I really loved about Anela was that she was always so believing and loving. She took the opportunity of me being an older brother to tell me consistently how old I was, how bald I am, and how much I smelled. So we had that perfect brother-sister relationship. I took the opportunity to teach her as much as I could as well. One time when Kelvin was out, Anela called me and she said, "Hey, the chop saw is angled. How do I make it straight?" So I walked her through it. She sent me a picture of the chop saw angled. Then she sent me a picture with her thumb up with the chop saw straight. The next picture was her finger was cut by the chop saw. So she definitely wasn't scared to do anything that was out of the ordinary for her. We had a lot of opportunities for their family to come visit our family when we were in Missouri, when we were in Indiana. And one thing that I loved about Zen was the commanding presence that she had. So they were visiting, and I was sleeping on the couch, and I woke up to somebody licking my hand. And I looked down, and it was my son Roman with a collar on, a leash, and Zen was holding that leash. I continued to watch them play fetch for the next 30 minutes, with my son acting like a little dog, her little puppy. Another instance that we had was we had their family over and we wanted to do a crawfish boil. And so Ariel and Kelvin are the most competitive people I know. So they decided to see who could catch the most crawdads. Anela and I had a baby on her hip. She had Zen, I had Roman, sitting there talking, and every time they'd come up and say, I got a crawdad, oh, that's great, honey, that's great, honey. Both of us were doing that. So we had a lot in common, even though we were completely different physically. Anela, being 5'0", 100 and nothing, when we came out to visit last March, we decided to have a shotgun shooting contest. And we decided to shoot 10 clays to see who could get the best out of 10. So I went up, obviously I'm the older guy, I've been shooting shotguns for a long time. I hit 6, boom, I'm like, yeah, beat that. Anela pulls up, and I was shooting a 20 gauge, which is like nothing. She pulls up with a 12 gauge shotgun that's taller than her, lifts it up, she shoots 9 in a row. So I had to get her a venti hot pistachio latte with 1 shot espresso. That's something that Anela and I love to do, is we love to share different drinks with each other. And the reason why I got her that one instead of a 2 pumps brown sugar, 2 pumps pumpkin spice, sweet vanilla, cold foam, white chocolate mocha was because it wasn't in season. Anela had a love for a lot of things, but nothing compared to the love that she had for her mother, being a mother. The last text message that I got from Anela said, being a mother is the greatest job. So yeah, my prayers lately have been asking God, how can I be more present for my kids? And I'm seeing how I can build a career at home, and how I can be more present and enjoy where I'm at. I couldn't have asked for a better little sister, and I'm so happy that we all had that experience to be with her and laugh with her. And I've been trying to mimic her laugh ever since I first heard it 14 years ago. And so the best I can do is thank you.
My name's Ken. I'm the dad and the grandfather. You will forgive me, I'm not at my best now. And I chuckled at what Sam was saying because she was a very good shot. It was always an interesting thing shooting with her. People have been, forgive me, people have been saying what we've been telling you how we see her, and many of you have shown me through your eyes how you saw her. And I wanted to thank you for that. This is excuse me. This is on the wall of her home. May this home be filled with the sound of laughter and giggles, friends new and old, happy memories to treasure, family from near and far, fun and make-believe, comfort and love, truth and honesty, fascinating ideas and conversation, hope and kindness. She did that. You show me that through your eyes. And I thank you for that. I wanted to say something else. At least 2 people have had an experience where they saw Anela since she passed away. One of them being my daughter. I'm not going to go into that experience. That's hers to share. I will say one thing which I want you to pay attention to. And that's what she told me, how she felt. She said she felt the most complete feeling of peace and love and happiness from Anela. She saw Anela and Zen where they are, and she felt those. And I'm going to read you something else. Excuse me. This is a father who's answering a question that his son had. The father's name was Alma. The question the son had asked was, what happens to our spirits after we die and before the resurrection? This was Alma's answer to his son. Now concerning the state of the soul between death and the resurrection, behold, it has been made known unto me by an angel, that the spirits of all men, as soon as they are departed from this mortal body, yea, the spirits of all men, whether they be good or evil, are taken home to that God who gave them life. And then shall it come to pass that the spirits of those who are righteous are received into a state of happiness, which is called paradise, a state of rest, a state of peace, where they shall rest from all their troubles and from all care and sorrow. It was comforting me to know where she is and how Zen and her are feeling. That's what I learned from those 2 experiences. Thank you.
I'm Ariel, and I read. I wish I could just talk, but I can't, so I'm going to read everything that I wrote. I don't know how to talk about Anela without starting at the beginning, so in the beginning, there were 3 A's. Ariel, Adrona, and Anela. As the youngest, Anela was the one often conned into the most creative situations. Playing doctor? Let's see if we can glue Anela's belly button shut. Blankets laying around? Let's wrap Anela up into a blanket burrito and see how long it takes her to get out of the closet. Mouse poop. Popcorn. I swear if you eat this, I'll give you $1. Then there were the teenage years. Fights every morning over who got which spot in front of the one mirror in the bathroom to get ready. Clutching your cell phone at all times to make sure nobody read your text messages. And don't even think about wearing the shirt that I'm not wearing, but you want to. Luckily, we grew up. After Anela had kids, she lived her adult life by the idea that love is everywhere. For Anela, love was traveling across country to be with her husband while he worked seasonal jobs, rushing home from a family vacation because her cat had a medical emergency, finally being convinced to bite a toddler Zen back, and then immediately crying and feeling bad about it for months afterwards, threatening Zen with timeout after the count of 3, which would slowly go up to 10. The tendency to use the phrase, "your feelings are valid," wanting to explain why she was mad at someone without saying anything bad about the person she was mad at, cheering on literally every decision you made, whether it was changing the snack brand you were using, getting a haircut, or convincing somebody that they should do an unmedicated birth, and choosing to be a stay-at-home mom. Love is selfless in the face of hardship. It is quiet. It is unyielding. Love is Anela choosing motherhood over other opportunities because she loves her girls. Because she loves them. Could there be a more simple or pure reason? But what force has ever been more life-altering? There's another great love story that some of you may not be familiar with, but my family asked me to share because it has brought them comfort despite their sorrow. It is the story of a son who so loved his father that when his father needed someone to go on a journey that could end in death, he still volunteered. It is the story of a son who so loved his father, who so loved his brothers and sisters, that he knelt in a garden and suffered all of the sins and heartaches they would experience so that they would never truly be alone. He felt what it was like the first time you skinned your knee. He felt what it was like when you miscarried. He felt what it was like when you got divorced. He felt what it was like to lose a wife, a mother, a sister, a daughter, and a friend. It is the story of a son who so loved the world that he carried a cross upon his back as those brothers and sisters he loved mocked and ridiculed him, where on a hill, without complaint, he was crucified and died upon a cross. And why? Because he loved them. Because Jesus Christ loved us all so much that he died for our sins so that we might all have the chance to return to live with God again. And not only that, but so that we might all have the chance to live with our families again. I know that Jesus Christ is our Savior, and through him, and because of him, his love, death is not the end. I know that Anela loved with that same selfless ferocity that Christ loves all of us, and that when the time comes, her family will have the chance to see and live with her again. Because God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. I'm going to close now by reading a poem. It's my favorite poem. It's called The Last Touch. Their first touch at 17 was in the park, and the moon was full. She was beautiful to him. Her hair was long, and her eyes were brown. Her skin was warm, and she turned to him, and he thought that he knew what love was. Another touch at 20 on their wedding night, and the stars were bright. She was beautiful to him. Her hair smelled sweet, and her lips were full, and she turned to him, and he thought that he knew what love was. Then again at 25, when the baby came, and the sun was high, she was beautiful to him. Her hair was damp, and her fingers shook. Her skin was warm, and she turned to him, and he thought that he knew what love was. Later on at 54, sitting on the porch, the children all long gone, she was beautiful to him. Her hair was white, and her forehead lined, and she turned to him, and he thought that he knew what love was. Their last touch at 76 was by her bed, and the moon was full. She was beautiful to him. Her hair was thin, and her eyes were closed. Her skin was cold, and she turned to him. And he knew that he knew what love was. After 58 years of laughter and tears, he knew. Now he knew what love was.
Thank you all. Our final speaker is going to be Anela's husband and Zen's father, Kelvin Haws. After which, we're going to have a special musical number by Tiana. She's a hula instructor that Zen and Anela had gotten to know. She's going to be playing Aloha Oi. We're asking everybody, the chorus is in your handout, and we're asking everybody to sing along. After that point, we'll have the closing prayer by Rachel Binglebin. After we're done, we're asking everybody to take the chairs on this side and put them around the tables, and we'll have refreshments and music for dancing after that. We appreciate it.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for making the trip out here. I want to express how incredibly grateful I am to have each and every one of you here today. For being a part of this moment, and for being a part of Jenna in my life, Jenna's in my life. The love and support we've received since losing Zen and Anela has been overwhelming in the most humbling way. I truly don't know how I would be standing here right now without each of you holding this up. It's tragic that it took a loss of this magnitude for me to fully realize just how deeply loved we are. Every meal, every prayer, every donation of time, money, or effort, you've shown us in the ways I'll never forget. Thank you for honoring Anela and Zen, not just with your presence today, but with the way you've surrounded us in love. I love each and every one of you. I will carry a lifelong debt of gratitude and service to you all. I have a little tribute to Zen I want to share. Zen was born in Japan on August 28, 2019. I still remember the moment I found out I'm going to be your dad. It was on my 25th birthday. One moment I'm full of joy and excitement. It was this electric feeling in my chest, like I'm touching something sacred for the first time. The next moment, reality hits. Oh, I'm going to be a dad. I was still a kid myself in so many ways. Immature, uncertain, extremely rough around the edges. A child in a man's body. I didn't know how I was going to raise a human being. Your mom. She steadied the storm. She had this quiet strength about her. She believed in me. Before I believed in myself, she believed in us. She started preparing right away, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. She practiced her affirmations every day, trained her mind, worked through her fears. She wanted the absolute best for you, even if it meant facing one of the most intense experiences a person can go through. With no medication, no shortcuts. She didn't want to risk anything that might harm you, even the smallest chance. That kind of love is rare, Zen. It's fierce, it's selfless. We were so blessed to have found out my supervisor's wife is a doula. She offered us free of charge. She offered to help us free of charge. That turned out to be one of the greatest gifts we ever received during your birth. Thanks, Steph. With her help and your mom's daily practice and courage, we felt ready. It was game day. Her water breaks and we head to the hospital. It takes a while to get into her room, but once we do, it felt like home. The nurses said they loved coming into our room because of the peace, the calm, the sense of something bigger than all of us. They stopped by just to talk, just to feel that energy. Your mom is powerful in that way, Zen. She created a home away from home for you to be born into. I was nervous, honestly terrified. I have no clue what I'm doing. But the doula, she guides me step by step, breath by breath. Your mom, she's a warrior. She's the most beautiful I've ever seen her. She becomes the gateway through which heaven touches earth. She is pure, she is powerful. And then you come. You enter this world in the most peaceful, beautiful way imaginable. We see you, and in that instant, our hearts are no longer our own. We look at your red hair and are completely thrown for a loop. Where did that come from? We quickly realized God was giving us all an external warning. This girl's got fire. She's got soul. It takes us 3 days to name you. It took us so long that the nurses decided that they were going to sit and wait until we had a name. It wasn't because we didn't love you. We love you more than words can say. It was because we felt the power in you, the light, the force. We knew this name had to mean something, something real, something true. And then it comes to us, Zen. Maybe if we name you Zen, we think, just maybe, we'll survive the storm you are sure to bring. Zen, you've taught me and are currently teaching me what love truly is. Not the easy kind. The kind that transforms you. The kind that takes who you were and rebuilds you into something better. You took my callous soul and you softened it. Before you, I didn't know how deeply I could feel. I didn't know the strength it takes to be gentle. I didn't know the smallest hands can hold the biggest pieces of my heart. I'll never forget the sweet, tender moments we share. Every giggle, every snuggle, every I love you, babe. You have this spunky charisma that can't be matched. You light up every room you walk into. You make friends everywhere you go. You make strangers feel like family. You're a magnetic, Zen. Oh, your love for kitties and unicorns was something you just couldn't imagine. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the moment you discovered kitty corns. I swear your body left your soul. Or your soul left your body for a second. Overcome by the sheer cuteness of it all. You squeezed that stuff, kitty corn, like your life depended on it. And I thought for a moment you might pass out from joy. That's you, full of light, full of magic, full of love, and full of energy. I can stand here all night and still not say everything I want to say about you, Zen. It would take a lifetime. But I know this is your impact, but I know this. Your impact never leaves this world. You leave your spark in us all. You gave us a piece of your soul, and we will carry that with us forever. Because the world needs more of what you have. The world needs more Zen. And I promise you, baby girl, I'll carry you with me in everything I do. I hold your spirit close. I use your strength to guide Jen and I. I love you endlessly. I miss you fiercely. And I thank you for making me a dad. For teaching me how to love deeper. And for being the most radiant force this world has ever known. I love you, Zen. Take care of Mama. I'll see you guys one of these days. Now, my world, my Anela. She always said love is everywhere. She meant it. I get kind of annoyed by it, actually. But damn, she could find it anywhere. I wrote her a little letter before Mother's Day, and I never got to share it with her because I just never thought it was going to be done, and I can make every excuse in the world. I just want to share that with her now. In the early mornings before work, I come lay with you. Take 15 seconds to regulate myself. I breathe you in, the scent of you, the feel of our bed, the comfort of your presence. I listen to your heartbeat, try and match your breathing. We're in sync. We are one. In that quiet space, I connect with you. You become a pillar of support I need to carry me through the day. I can't imagine a morning without this moment. I often think about how much I rely on your strength, how much you care to make sure I'm okay. I've taken that for granted in the past, and I'm sorry for that. I recognize it now. I see how much energy you pour into our family. I see how much sacrifice I see how much you sacrifice for me and for our daughters. Your love for them is unwavering, it's unconditional. You love fiercely, and the example you set does not go unnoticed. People often tell me what an incredible mother you are. And I don't just hear it, I see it. I feel it every single day. Oh, man, lately I've watched you doing the work, becoming the best version of yourself, and it fills me with so much pride. You're becoming the kind of woman our girls can look up to, and it inspires me to rise too, to be worthy of the standard you're setting. I love you so much, Anela. I wish you could feel it in your bones, because I don't think words will ever do the feeling justice. You're my favorite person. There's no one else I'd rather be sharing this life and these experiences with. I try to give you the world, but when that's not possible, I'm learning to give you my whole heart. I think that might mean more than anything to you. I'll never stop loving you. Forever and always your lover. I just have these last final thoughts. I'll be done. These last few weeks, they felt like a punishment. You know, the weight of it, the heaviness of regret, it's been hard to shake. As I sat in stillness, I've allowed myself to be present with that pain. Not to escape it, but to understand it. As clarity has emerged from the silence and tears, I am realizing the truth. This pain was the lesson. It's been the awakening. It was the universe gently nudging me to see what I had, even if I didn't fully appreciate it at the time. I'm sad to think that I took it for granted in even the smallest amounts. The short time I had with my Zenny and Anela, those quiet moments, those small gestures of love, they were so easily overlooked in the rush of life. I didn't realize how precious they were until the silence of their absence settled in. I'm sad I took for granted the care and the grace Anela gave me. Her unwavering presence, her kindness, and her power. Her ability to create a home that felt like warmth itself. I didn't see it for what it was while I had it. I now know what I've lost more than just people. I've lost pieces of myself that live in those spaces, those relationships. The home Anela created will always be something I miss. Not just the physical space, but the feeling of safety, belonging, and unconditional love that she nurtured within it. I took for granted the way her laughter filled the air, how the simplest of moments became memories that I now ache to hold on to. It's a painful realization. It's also a profound one. I've learned in the deepest part of my soul that I will never, and I mean never, take any of this for granted again. I will love more fiercely, without hesitation and without holding back. I will listen more intently, truly hearing not just the words, but the spaces in between them. The silence in every... Oh man, I lost my spot, sorry. Can't see. The silent messages in every glance. I will do everything with more purpose, more present, and more heart. I will create, I will admire, honoring the beauty around me without rushing past it. I will slow down because I see now that life is in the details. It's in the small moments I used to dismiss. I will be the most present I have ever been because I now understand how fleeting everything is. And I promise with everything in me that I will never forget this lesson. I encourage everyone, don't let this tragedy be for nothing. Let it be a reminder to hug a little longer, to say I love you more often, to love a little harder every single day. To love like it's their last day on earth, because sometimes it is. I love all you guys. Thanks, buddy.
Aloha e, aloha oi, aloha oi, ike o na noho, i ka lipo, aloha oi, aloha oi, aloha oi, ike ona ona noho, I kalipo, one fond embrace, aho ia he until we meet again, until we meet again. Aloha. Mahalo.
Before we start this prayer, I just want to share a passage from Isaiah 4:9. Believe in God, believe that He is, and that He created all things both in heaven and in earth. Believe that He has all wisdom and all power, both in heaven and in earth. Believe that man does not comprehend all the things which the Lord can comprehend. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for giving us this brief time with two very special individuals who shared not only the love of life and laughter, but the art of forgiveness and seeing each and every one of us who we truly are and seeing only the good in us. I want to thank you for allowing us the time to love them. Even though we don't understand why they've been called home so early, we can cherish our time that we've spent with them, with Anela and Zen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time to come together. We ask that you please help the Haws family, give them the guidance, the strength, and the love to continue to answer some of the questions that they might have. And we also ask, Heavenly Father, that you be prepared for the love of Zen, because she's coming fast and she's coming hard. We want to thank everyone that has helped. Today, we ask for a special blessing that everyone that has participated, that has helped, that has donated time, effort. Anela and Zen will love you forever. And I say these things in Jesus' name, amen.
thank you all again for coming. And again, if we can just move all the chairs on this side and surround the tables, we're going to have music playing. We're going to have a slideshow going to remember their lives. And we love you all.